Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, JP. I wanted to say thank you to everyone for sending out your tweets and for everyone who has been hitting up YouTube, asking them what the hell's going on. Why would you take down the Trump Fan Network? You know, what they did was wrong. We just got to keep fighting, and this is not the end of it. This is not the end of Trump Fan Network, and I'm certainly not going to quit making videos, so don't think that for one moment. I'm going to keep fighting and fighting until someone caves, and trust me, Trump Fan Network will not cave. So if you get a chance, send out those messages to the @ symbol, @team YouTube, @YouTube creators, @YouTube, whatever. Just get the message out there to ask them, what they did to the Trump Fan Network is wrong. I think, it's 100% election tampering is what it is. They're meddling in the election. They don't want the debunking of the liberal narrative, like I said before. But just keep it in the back of your mind and be well aware that Trump Fan Network is not quitting. JP is not quitting, and we're going to keep going. In the meantime, I do have a video ready, and let me tell you, I had it uploaded to TFN early Monday morning. And before I could make it public, what happened. The channel got 86. So enjoy this video that I had on standby, and nobody's got to see it yet. But it's one I spent all day Sunday working on. It's Cenk from the Young Turds. That idiot Cenk had the nerve to say that he schooled Kayleigh McEnany in a debate. So Cenk was on Chris Cuomo debating Kayleigh McEnany, and he had the nerve to say that he schooled her when the opposite is true. She cut his ass. So enjoy the video, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Definitely. Stay tuned.
Ridiculous bullshit. It's bullshit.
That's quite big. Impressive.
Cenk appeared on Cuomo Primetime again to debate a conservative, McEnany, who's Trump's campaign secretary? I don't know what her title is. What does she do on the campaign again?
I think she's spokesperson for Trump's presidential campaign.
Okay, so
which is perpetual.
She's exactly. So she's gonna debate Cenk, and let's take a look at what they're debating.
Why doesn't he own that he gave an indication of something that shouldn't be done?
Well, number one, I would say the president said I would likely both go to the FBI and listen to the information.
I know, but you can't do both. You can't do the wrong thing and the right thing.
The ultimate point is no one cares about the Steele dossier, a foreign spy paid by the Clinton campaign. And
that's exactly right. He was paid by the campaign.
Once he receives that information, he's already broken the law. It's like saying, well, I would rob the bank, then I would go to the police and told them I robbed the bank. Well, then you still go to jail.
Do you at all care about the Russian misinformation from a Russian Kremlin official paid for by the DNC, or do you just not care because it's the DNC?
So you know what you guys love to do is deflection.
Right, you don't care.
You're attacking people. No, hold on. You're attacking people that are not in government right now, and you're going after Steele,
so they're not in government.
Hillary Clinton, who are not in power. Look at what she's trying to do: is shift the debate. We're talking about how the president of the United States said you shouldn't work with the FBI, and she's
how the president of the United States said you shouldn't work with the FBI.
Foreigners, if Russia, if China, if someone else offers you information on an opponent, should they accept it or should they call the FBI?
I think maybe you do both. I think you might want to listen. There's nothing wrong with listening.
Well, number one, I would say the president said I would likely both go to the FBI and listen to the information.
I'm going squirrel.
Providing a relevant analogy that you can't answer for.
We're looking at the president and his law breaking.
It's just exercise. Providing a relevant analogy.
Looking at the president and his law breaking. You guys break the law nonstop, and you claim that you're in favor of the rule of law, and this is now
straight from the mouth
times.
of someone who can't get over the 2016 election, who ignores the mass violations and criminal activity of the Obama administration, the FISA warrant used to campaign, the perjury of Andy McCabe, the guest you just had on. You continually ignore the misdeeds of the Obama administration, and you can't get over the 2016 election until you scream criminal cartel with no facts and just baseless accusations.
Why doesn't he own that he gave an indication of something that shouldn't be done?
Well, number one, I would say the president said I would likely both go to the FBI and listen to the information.
I know, but you can't do both. You can't do the wrong thing and the right thing. You have to pick.
Number two, volume 1, page 187 of the Mueller report, it literally says there is no judicial opinion saying a thing of value is opposition research. And finally, the ultimate point is no one cares about the Steele dossier, a foreign spy paid by the Clinton campaign. And
that's exactly right. He was paid by the campaign.
Russian misinformation.
But hold on a second. You get the legal analysis. You went to Harvard, for God's sake. They paid Steele. He didn't give them anything.
By now, Steele was the former spy, foreign spy, MI6, paid by Hillary Clinton, paid by the DNC, even paid by the FBI at one point to create that dirty Russian dossier. The one that, even the New York Times says was likely Russian disinformation from the beginning. We certainly know it was full of lies, misinformation, and propaganda. And by the way, he says himself, Christopher Steele, he has no idea if any of this is true, none whatsoever, in an interrogatory in Great Britain. But this is the same unverifiable information that even its own author won't confirm that, in fact, was used by James Comey, the FBI director at the time, to secure the first FISA warrant in October of 2016 against not only Trump campaign associate Carter Page, but it opened a back door to spy on the entire Trump campaign, then the entire Trump transition team, then the entire Trump White House when he became president.
So can I just jump in really quickly? Because what we're hearing from the Trump campaign about the Steele dossier, which, by the way, they're misleading the public about that, but it doesn't matter, right? Even if they're misleading the public, no one in the media debunks that. It drives me nuts. Never happens. I was listening to, I think it was CNN on my drive into work.
I was listening to, I think it was CNN on my drive into work.
And you have a Trump supporter, debating a non-Trump supporter.
And you have a Trump supporter, debating a non-Trump supporter.
Well, imagine my shock.
And they regurgitate that same talking point, and the host never debunks it. Why?
They never debunked the fact that it was originally Republican opposition research. We still don't know from whom. Had to be Cruz, because Jeb would have come out by now. And they also don't talk about the fact that not one line of the Steele dossier has yet been disproven.
About the fact that not one line of the Steele dossier has yet been disproven.
Unverified Trump dossier is back in the news and
included the opposition research with wild, unconfirmed accusations about Mr. Trump.
Of the unverified dossier prepared by a former British MI6 spy.
Full of all these unconfirmed allegations.
That the dossier was comprised of rumors that he never really checked out. He never traced them to their sources. He never traveled to Russia. They were just things that he heard.
Now, that salacious and unconfirmed dossier written by Christopher Steele.
The unsubstantiated detail.
The salacious stuff, absolutely no corroboration of that to my knowledge.
The fact that not one line of the Steele dossier has yet been disproven.
And that's actually the opposite of the truth. None of the wild claims in the dossier have been proven, not publicly. You can bet if any of it were true, it would have been leaked by now. They're always leaking the stuff that they think is bad for Trump.
But it takes us 20 minutes to disprove a lie, and they've told 20 more in the meantime.
Right.
So, look, receiving stolen information from a foreign government is illegal, even if it isn't stolen. Receiving anything of value is illegal.
This type of information in the report can be construed as value. The reason he let off Don Jr. with two things. One was a real pass. One was, I don't think this was that valuable. He put some monetary value. It has to be at least $2,000. He didn't think this made it.
Illegal, even if it isn't stolen. Receiving anything of value is illegal.
Put some monetary value. It has to be at least $2,000. He didn't think this made it.
Paying someone else that happens to live outside the country for a service, if you're in a presidential campaign, is not illegal. And so she's doing apples and oranges to distract you on purpose. But look at what's even happening here. Remember, on television, you have for these segments about 5 minutes at most. So what she wants to do is make sure that 3 of those minutes is taken up talking about an irrelevant Steele dossier instead of the fact that the President of the United States went on national TV and said, oh, I would never tell the FBI anything.
I think maybe you do both. I think you might want to listen. There's nothing wrong with listening.
And basically admitting he's been a lifelong criminal and saying, yeah, of course I would take the information and receive it and use it, and so, well, that means that you would have committed an illegal act.
Yeah.
She doesn't want you to focus on that. That's why she's doing the squirrel trick with the dossier.
John Dean has 5 minutes with me as a congressman. I'm going to use 4 of those minutes to say how awful John Dean is, and that's what Fox News and AM radio is going to carry. And then he'll have 5 seconds to respond to what I just said in my filibuster. And you're right, it's exactly what she did. And I want to be sympathetic to Kayleigh because I admire her that she's working for the campaign on an outpatient basis. But at the end of the day, it's not her job to tell the truth. It's her job to provide the sound bite that can be taken out of context for Fox or right-wing radio later.